So what motivates me to keep streaming is the fact that it's so much fun. I feel so fortunate and so happy to be able to wake up every single day and realize that I get to play video games. I feel like I have privilege with the fact that I can wake up and play video games every day. You guys know it at home, it is so much fun. And being able to entertain an audience is also one of the things that kind of keeps me on my toes. It's just not the fact that I'm just sitting here playing games by myself, not talking. The fact that I can interact with an audience, I can get instant feedback on what's happening on screen, what I'm saying, we can have a discussion about whatever. That's what I love about streaming, the fact that I can talk with people all around the world in an instant, online. That's what I love. So mostly when I stream, I play FPS games, so first-person shooters. So you have your Overwatch, you have your Counter-Strike, your Call of Duty, and everything in between those titles, right? But I also play a lot of different games that are just kind of non-competitive. I have a background in competitive gaming in terms of Counter-Strike 1.6. But like recently in my stream, we played Pokemon, and not Pokemon Go. I know that's the new thing, right? But we didn't even play Pokemon Go. We played an old type Game Boy Pokemon. Why did we play that all of a sudden if my main focus is kind of first-person shooters? The fact that it's so much fun. It's kind of like a nostalgia trip. So the main focus of my channel is having fun. Obviously, FPS games, I tend to have the most fun with those. But really, anything goes. If the chat enjoys it, if I enjoy it, what's the harm? The best thing about my fans is the fact that they're really supportive. I've been doing this gig for 6 years. I have a lot of YouTube friends and Twitch friends that have fallen off after a few years because maybe they didn't snowball enough support, or maybe they feel like they are deserving more support, or maybe their channel just kind of died down. We have a lot of channels that, you know, they have a really high increase in support and then they kind of die out fast because people lose interest. So the fact that I have been able to do this for 6 years, it warms my heart every time. It warms my heart. So I love my fans. I love what they do for me. And I just hope I can, you know, deliver a better product each and every day for them. The hardest thing about streaming is the fact that you have to be 100% all the time, and you have to realize that it's not possible, all right? It's not possible to be 100% perfect every time. You know, just like you at home, if you go to school, if you go to work, you know that sometimes you wake up in the morning and you feel like shit. I'm sorry to put it like that, but you feel down. Maybe you have a rough day, a rough week. That's really hard for me because I need to be on camera and I need to entertain you guys. I need to play well, you know, preferably play well and entertain you guys at the same time. And that's a perfect combination. Obviously, as I've learned through my years, is that perfect combination doesn't always work. It doesn't always hold up. So the hardest part is just, it's the mental battle on you can't be perfect all the time. Even though you want to be really, because, you know, your fans are really supportive. You want to give them the best possible product back to them, right? But you have to realize that, you know, sometimes you don't feel like $1,000,000 and that's okay. It's also the fact, you know, with YouTube, there's a lot of post stuff. You know, you play the games you record, but then it's editing. I don't really like editing even after all this time, but it comes with a gig. It comes with a job. I have to do it. So I have to sit down and just edit. And that can kind of drain your energy a little bit because if you're editing for a few hours and then you're like, man, now I need to jump on a stream, it doesn't always work out. The number one tip I have for new streamers is give it time. I cannot stress this enough. Don't stress it. I can't stress it enough that don't stress it. I don't want you to sweat. I don't want you to sweat growing to you know, one of the Twitch big dogs or YouTube, the big channels on YouTube. Don't worry about insane growth. So give it time and don't expect handouts. I don't want you guys to look to me or any other of the bigger guys for help. If your product is good enough, if what you're doing is good enough that we're wow and amazed, I'm sure we will, you know, give you a shout out if need be, or if you feel like it. But don't expect it. Don't expect free handouts. Do it because you love it and give it time. Well, I think it could be important, but the baseline of everything you're doing with your stream is that you want people to tune in for you. A lot of people are really good at a game, and that's why they draw a lot of audience and a lot of viewership. But as soon as they're not playing well, they get a lot of backlash because all these people tuned in to see them only be good at a game. Well, not only be good at the game, but the main focus is this guy's insanely good at a game. Obviously, a sponsorship will help you out. It could draw traffic your way. You know, it could give you great products like a new laptop, a new monitor. It could give you things like that to help you on your way. But do remember that this is not going to make or break your channel. However, it could potentially help you because, you know, a lot of these big companies, they have very large Facebook fan pages and Twitter accounts and stuff like that. So they could do a tweet for you saying, this guy we're sponsoring, he's playing Counter-Strike, go check him out, and you could potentially get some viewers, but you have to, you know, make the viewers stay there. So at the end of the day, once getting back to my original point, it needs to be about you and what you're doing on your channel. But yeah, sure, it could definitely help.